With this second video, I want to give you some information on the items you can use in order to describe your course concept. One is really important, the learning objectives of your course. I guess you know them, you can include them into your course concept and just copy them from the course description you're having. And they tell us as a reader where your course is aiming at. If you want, you can use some of the verbs which I explained of the taxonomy, which is often used for learning objectives, like at the end of this course, the student can, know how to, can apply, and so on. So this is normally how learning objectives are described. Next thing, sure, it's important, the content. This helps us as a reader to understand in which discipline your course takes place, and gives us some hints which maybe help us to understand why some methods work better than others, or maybe are more common in your field of teaching and learning than others. And then the next thing is the type of course. Is it a seminar or lecture or a tutoring session or maybe a lab? So include please what kind of course you're having. So this also helps us to understand. And if you want, you can explore the target group a little bit. That might be interesting for yourself to think about what motivation they might have, what prior knowledge. Sometimes they have prerequisites to fulfill, like some levels of media competencies, of language skills, and so on. And you're more than invited to spend some time on the target group and what kind of items might characterize your students which are sitting in front of you in your class at the end. The next thing is the number of participants. We discussed this in the first online session, that it matters whether you have a small course of maybe 5 or 6 people or 12 or 20 or 100, which does not mean that you cannot activate students with a large number of participants, but still it makes a difference which methods you're choosing, how you can work with the students after breakout sessions maybe, and with which methods you can activate them. And the next thing is, what is the setting you're having or you're heading for? Is it more like the enrichment concept which we talked about, where you have your face-to-face sessions or synchronous online sessions and you use the digital media in order to support your course? Or is it a real blended learning course where you include the self-study phases into your course concept? Or is it 100% online, which would mean you not only have the self-study phase in an online mode, but also the face-to-face sessions are held in an online way or hybrid way, with students being online when you meet them. And the next thing is that the course structure, that's maybe, besides the learning objective, one of the most interesting part. What's the structure you're having or you want to develop? And the major decision which can really make fun is, what do I need the self-study phase for, and what do I need the very, very valuable contact time for? Like, what do I want to do in the face-to-face session? Having them on campus with students in front of you, or having them online in synchronous mode, or having them in hybrid mode when you have some students in front of you and some students maybe remotely. Next thing you can finally look at, or you can also start with, you can change the orders here, is what is the surplus of using and integrating digital media. That would be, even if we didn't have Corona, what would you use digital media for? Some of you said you really like it, and some of that you said, oh, you're happy to have face-to-face, but you want to support the self-study phases with digital media, and this would be something you can write about, and that's quite interesting part for us to read. And the last thing is, please describe only one learning unit, otherwise it's getting maybe too much text for your feedback givers, the people who are giving feedback to you or for me. So one learning unit can be described more explicitly, which means that you describe the message and the social form and the media you're using. And this is the exercise in task 1 you're just having, that you describe which method you might implement by which media and in which social form the students are during this method. Or maybe they have different social forms in different phases of the method. To describe the learning unit, you can include some more information than you did in task 1 in this online course in the self-study phase. And this is a picture what you can include. Even a learning unit can have a learning objective, or like a small learning objective which is in contribution to the big learning objective of the whole course. And then you can have methods on the level of the learning unit. Maybe it's not just one, maybe it's several methods. You have social forms going along with the method. You can have medias and media and tools you're applying in order to implement the method. And then you can, on the level of the learning unit, think about how much time, learning time, does this mean for the students? What do I need to do in order to tutor this session? And at the end, what other resources maybe I need, like additional help from other students, or maybe special tools you need, or support from the IT, the computer services, and so on. Yeah, here's a summary. This is sent to you by email already, and you find it on the Moodle course we're having. So this is a list of items, and have fun with constructing your course and developing it. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. You can send me an email, or you can contact me in the Moodle course in the forum. But anytime, send me an email. That's the easiest way. I discover it quite quick. So yeah, have fun with your concept. I'm looking forward to it, and everything about the date and how to hand it in is in the email in the Moodle course. Have fun. See you in the next online session.